Hey everybody and welcome. You guys are about to see a pre-recorded podcast, meaning it is a podcast. It's not the first episode. It was just a test so I can see how the software will work in the recording and how the mic input and just a bunch of tech specs so that when I record my first episode, I'll be ready. But I did have a blast recording it, and as expected, some things did go wrong. Like at the end, it did cut out some of the recording, but I do have some really good moments in there. It's about 20-something minutes. I hope y'all enjoy what we talked about. I recorded with two very bright individuals, Russ Oliver and Jackson Lungsford. So you guys just go give them a check out and watch their new short film called Tick. Thank you.
The studio that's on a budget, you know? So, anyway, why don't y'all tell us a little bit more about Tick?
All right. Well, okay. So let's start.
Hold on, before we get any further, Jackson, what is this on your cap?
These are autographs from when I went to my first CamiCon, and CamiCon's an anime convention because, you know, weeb things. And I've actually met a lot of cool people on here. Do you know who Eddie Deason is?
No.
He was the dude who voiced the annoying Polar Express kid.
Are you talking about Mobamba or Sicko Mode?
Yeah. I actually have a picture of it.
Hey, tell him about Rob Paulson.
You may have seen it, though. Oh, and then at the last one I went to, which was this month, or early February, I met Rob Paulson, who voiced Carl off of Jimmy Neutron.
He was walking behind us.
I have a video recording of like him saying like.
So this is not at Comic-Con. It's a
It's
CamiCon,
but it's not just anime. Like, you know, like there's like you got comic stuff and you got like voice actors that go.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I also met the
voice of Dempsey. We met
Tank
him.
Dempsey.
Dude, he was awesome.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
We got him to go. Whatever in Dempsey's voice. You know what did he say? He said we have a friend in California named Cannon, and we made this video for him, and he said
happy birthday or something.
No, well, you know, like whenever me and him play zombies, he's like, you know how like people will take your window in like the opening round or whatever, and then so I basically got Dempsey to say, I paid him to say Cannon, because that's his name, that's my buddy's name. I told him to say, Cannon, stop taking my window.
And then he goes,
funny. And he did the oorah in the Dempsey voice.
Dang, that's pretty.
And then
cool.
the Carl dude came up behind us in the hallway, and he was talking to Ryan, our friend, and he said, "Are you going to finish that croissant?" Whatever.
I kid you not. We have videos like to prove this stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty. Was there furries there?
There's a fair share of furries.
They need to have like a "Do not shoot, not part of the wilderness" like T-shirt on, because like you know how many people would like snipe a furry.
I actually like back when I was like running my meme page, like I quit it, but like back when I was like on there, I said,
"Oh yeah, I noticed you weren't posting as much."
I got tired of it because I'm just
got tired of the autographs.
I'm just so tired of reposting other people's content. Like I'm just so invested in making my own stuff now.
Yeah,
when it comes to film. And so, but back when I was like running the page, like I said, if I get a certain amount of followers by this point, I'll go tackle a furry at my local anime convention. And of course, like nothing happened. But like, I mean, who knows what I would have done? You never know.
I've seen some of your work already. That's funny you just said talking about doing your own stuff. I heard that you went to state with a play you wrote.
2 plays.
2 plays. Okay.
Yeah. So. What grade? Was it 10th grade?
No, it was 11th.
It was 11th. Okay, so Trumbauer, it's called Trumbauer. They have it in Opelika for theater.
Well, that's district, but then states at the university.
Districts in Opelika, states at Troy University.
Okay.
And what I did was I wrote this play called The Unlawful. And it's sort of like my own fictional take on a mafia group in the 1920s.
Okay.
And basically, like I had such a good time writing that, and then when I submitted it, like I didn't know how confident I was about it at first, because it was like the first piece of writing I'd actually done seriously. Because like growing up, like I took like a creative writing class in like middle school, but I didn't think I was actually gonna like go into writing as like a career at that point because I was so young.
Right.
But so I didn't really know what to think after I submitted The Unlawful, but the judges really liked it, and they told me they thought I could have a future in writing after reading it. And
It's good.
when
Yeah,
I
that
walked
is
out of the
good.
room, like, because the interview was in a gymnasium,
Uh-huh.
and then they were all standing there, and I was just like, I feel really good about it. And as soon as I walk out of the building, I'm just like crying because like I'm thinking like, wow, I did
What
that.
an accomplishment.
If I don't get first on this, I just felt so dang good about it. And then that night at awards, they said I won first.
That's pretty good because listen, you're starting out so young doing that, which is good because I'm guessing you do not want to go to a school like Troy. Like you want to go like an art school.
Oh,
like
I've
a
already
film
been
school?
accepted into
Yeah.
Troy.
I
My
don't
goal.
want to go either, but I'm going.
Yeah, he's going to get like his like
Mass communications
Yeah,
degree.
he-
So, yeah.
but I'm actually going to. I'm probably going to go for 4 years to get my English major so that I can go into screenwriting.
That's pretty good. I actually was looking up, like, depends on how this podcast goes. I might be getting ahead of myself, but I was like, I kind of want to do like a short film and write it because y'all guys kind of inspired me. I feel like I remember the first podcast. I remember y'all did a podcast where y'all just set up the iPhone
Yeah.
and dinked
Oh,
a drink.
you watched
gosh.
that? The
What a
mystery
mess.
box.
Like the way that started, you could provide the link for that. Wait, I may have deleted it. I wiped it
it's
from
gone.
that page. But basically, it opened and it was
And
so cringy.
480p.
Well, basically, it was called the Mystery Box, and the goal of it, I still use the YouTube channel just to casually use it because I don't feel like making another one.
Mm-hmm.
But what we did was the goal of it was just to talk about like just random topics, like nerd topics that we liked, like music or video games, movies, all that type of stuff. And like for some reason, I don't know why we decided to do this, but I vividly remember like the way it opened. Me and him
Dink the drink.
Yeah, no, we poured the glasses. We poured these like fancy glasses that would probably be used for like wine, but we put Gatorade in them. And at the start, we played this song, like this instrumental by Gorillaz, and we had a toast with the Gatorade wine glasses, and it was so cringy. Like
it was like an hour or 40 minutes or some crap of just talking about random nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, when y'all talking about Easter eggs and stuff with
Yeah.
like the black
What
ops
did
zombies.
we talk
Well,
about?
we talked about like how we were disappointed with where COD was going, and
Right.
how we were anticipating the next one to be good. Like every year, the next COD's gonna be good. Whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway, we talked about Marvel and the MCU specifically.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about zombies specifically, talking about during COD, and we talked about a few other things, but those were the main points. Oh, we talked about gorillas, I think.
Yeah, we may have talked about Gorillaz.
Speaking of Gorillaz, I recently just listened to one of their songs, "Momentary Bliss."
Yeah,
that's
they,
a really
they
good
have
song.
this thing. I have no idea what they're doing right now. What Song Machine or whatever. I think they did another one for that. I don't know if they're like building up to an album or something, but it doesn't really feel like it. I don't know. They're just. I don't know. Momentary Bliss was okay.
Yeah, I listened to it like once or twice.
Hollywood's
when it came
good.
out.
Hollywood's okay.
Hollywood is
good.
my favorite song off. What? No, it's my second favorite song off the Now Now. I actually like the Now Now. It's a pretty underrated album. Never really talked about it though.
Mm-hmm. They don't even do when they do performances. Is it just like on a screen because they don't have they're not in
No,
person?
No.
It's very
Oh
interesting.
no! Here's an interesting part though. So Damon Albarn.
Right. If y'all don't know, what was the band we were just talking about?
Gorillas?
Really?
Yeah, Gorillaz. They do not have singers like live singers. It's all computer.
Let me.
So
Well,
no,
they have-
that's not true.
They have two
Oh, okay.
guys, Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett, and they make all the music, but then they also make this whole world centered around this band that has an original 4 members, and then there's some new guy.
It's basically
It's crap.
a guy that sings, like Damon Albarn. He sings, and Jamie Hewlett writes the story and does the art for the characters.
oh, okay, that's pretty.
And
cool.
so it's basically just like a duo.
okay.
And Damon Albarn, he sort of takes on the persona of 2D, which is like the lead singer of the group.
Mhm.
And but going back to the live performance thing, since Damon Albarn, he performs on stage when they go on concert or on tour or whatever, and they've talked about like since he's in his 50s now, if they can keep the band going by the time he's passed by digitally doing it, like making the concert fully digital by having the just the characters sing and perform the music at the concert.
It's kind of creepy.
Which is like Russ doesn't like that sort of thing because he's all about like not advancing technology further.
No. I'm for advancing technology further, but I don't really like AI. I think it's a little bit dangerous.
He thinks technology should stay where it is right now.
It can get more advanced. Like electric cars, all that is great. We'll keep coming with that stuff and keep coming with all types of other things. But like AI, nah, man, I don't play around with AI, dude. That stuff.
You don't want your fridge killing you in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
you don't want you don't want to, instead of sleepwalking to your fridge, you don't want the fridge sleepwalking to you.
Yeah.
You don't want the fridge crushing.
I mean, that's a good way of putting it.
So anyway, back on the part of y'all inspiring me, I've actually taken the time and I've scheduled a few college tours. And that's the cool part.
Okay.
And y'all guys are happy to join me during this Christmas break. I get paid vacation, so y'all guys can come with me. I'm touring 3 film colleges: Full Sail in Ohio, NYU, Tisch, and Emerson in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, so you're going to the big names, dude. Full Sail, bro. Hey,
Full Sail, Emerson, the NYU, Tisch. It's the second biggest film school in the country. I feel like y'all guys might have a shot because, like, okay, so you have an Instagram, Russ Oliver. You have an Instagram called The Filmitarian where you write reviews on stuff. So
the one I just made.
Yeah. So are you gonna write this? So are you gonna write the stuff and then he reviews it? Is that how this works?
He wants to be a writer. I want to be like just in general, mostly a director, but like I want to do other things. Cinematography, make the score possibly.
We sort of have
mostly.
We sort of have like this fantasy where like we want to be like the next Safdie brothers because like the Safdies like they're just like.
Do you know the movie Good Time with Robert Pattinson?
Mm-mm.
Do you know Uncut Gems recently with Adam Sandler that came out last year?
No, I don't watch Adam Sandler no more. He went down.
No. He's wrong. This movie is Adam Sandler actually acting like
So no blah or
basically the Safdies they find a way to make good movies with actors you would never expect to be in a serious role.
Mm-hmm.
So that's because when Robert Pattinson did Good Time, all he had under his belt was Twilight and some smaller films that nobody really heard of.
Right.
So when
everybody thought he was a bad actor.
Yeah, so Uncut Gems, like Adam Sandler, he just does comedy or whatever. Well, Uncut Gems they mix comedy with good acting in a serious tone of like story with like lots of anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we sort of want to take like a duo way of like directing, but like
no, I don't care about being like big names like them. Like I really just want to go out and make movies just to get my message across the board.
I will tell you this. I've looked up a bunch of stuff like should I go to film school, should I not? And they say that normally like let's say you go to USC, like the California or Cal Arts. Yeah. When you get your degree, it's not so you can do your own thing. A lot of the times they put you in jobs where you do stuff for other people, like Marvel. Like a lot of people that graduate there start working for Marvel or DC or whatever they want to fill.
Warner Brothers, Disney,
Paramount, whatever you want.
Universal.
You name it. They get you a job there. Like right before you graduate, they set you up with a job with one of them. So that's the perks.
But you're just some low end guy, and then you have to work your way all the way up the ladder.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like people like, do you know who Paul Thomas Anderson is?
No.
He's one of my favorite directors. He directed There Will Be Blood. Maybe you've heard of that. Boogie Nights.
The Master.
I'm not a filmitarian, Russ.
No. I'm trying to give you the big name ones. Anyway, he dropped out of he didn't even go to film school. He went to a college to get his English degree, and he dropped out and then just started going from there. And now he's like, really well-known director. So, I mean, and like even people like Scorsese, I think, has an ad on Instagram for Masterclass. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
You know who Scorsese is, right?
No.
Martin Scorsese.
Goodfellas, Wolf of Wall Street, a bunch of other stuff. The Irishman, the one that just came out last year.
I know that one.
Anyway, he has this masterclass ad, and he's like, you don't want to go to film school. It's a waste of money, and you learn nothing. I can teach you everything you would learn at film school in 3 or 4 years right here.
In this 30-minute video?
Well, no, not in 30-minute video, but in this short amount of time for a lot cheaper of a price,
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I just want to go, the best way, I don't remember who said this, but the best way to learn about filmmaking is to watch movies and watch the behind-the-scenes footage of the movies and just watch like YouTube videos of movies, read reviews, stuff like that. You really gain a lot of knowledge from stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard it's just kind of what you make of it. It depends on what you leave going after. Like, they teach you how to be resourceful with your equipment. They teach you how to make really good looking movies with really low end, like, cheap stuff, because they can really set you up with good resources. And that's the thing, is that when you go to film school, then you have interconnections through the system. That's probably one of my A pluses if I did have to go. But it's like you said, it is a bunch of money depending on where, but you can get scholarships.
I think when I originally discovered my passion for writing, I was aiming more towards writing books.
Mm-hmm.
But after like doing like after I wrote The Unlawful, after the success for that, I got together with him and Ryan, Alex, Preston, if anybody knows them.
Yeah, if we could fit them in
Alex,
here, we
yeah,
could.
Alex Morgan, Preston DeBose, and Ryan Turner.
I got them all together. We performed a scene that I directed a scene, and they performed it. And yeah, Bryce Sin was in the first time he was in it the first time we performed it, and then I ended up taking Bryce's role when he graduated, when we submitted it to Trumbauer this past year.
Okay.
And that got superior too, and we went to state with that.
Wait, Trumbauer, you talking about you sent it to a director?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We competed in the...
Trumbauer's a place.
Let me tell you where I was going with that, because I know we were on the topic of film, and I'm leading up to that. After seeing the success of like my work being portrayed by actual characters and like taking it seriously, I guess that's what is making me want to pursue film right now, because like I just love the thought of writing something on a page and seeing it play out in front of you.
Oh yeah, it's just like your imagination
just so
in reality.
Friggin' cool.
It is cool, and especially since you have people that actually have the same passion, and they're actually going to make your work more realistic as you want it to, because they're willing to put in the time for you, opposed to having a high school theater class. You know what I mean? Like the ones that are just there to get a grade, not there for the whole gist of, hey, maybe I might experiment with this area and see where it goes. Because
the thing about writing is, let's say you do screenwriting and that falls through, you don't make it big. You still have so many other forms of writing you could do. Like you could go to books, write plays, or at the very worst, you could write for the local newspaper. Like that's your worst way out. But either way, if one form of writing fails, you can still take your skills and put it towards another field of writing.
Yeah, and especially like I was saying at film school, you don't just pursue like film. A lot of the classes leading up to it is like acting, or it is screenwriting. You have a lot of study too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, at NYU, you get to meet, like, the alumni people and, like, they're filmmakers, too. And, like, you'll get to see them. I don't know. It's really cool. Y'all guys should really come with me on that trip.
Yeah, I might have to, Joe. Because, I mean, yeah, definitely, I've been thinking about it. But, the thing is, it's so expensive, like, to go to film school. Like, do you know what a mass communications degree is?
No, I don't.
It's just mostly, like, dealing with like visual media, digital media, film, television, stuff like that. That's what I want to go get at a 4-year college, wherever.
Right.
And with that, then I would like to go to SCAD in Savannah.
Yes, I'm actually interviewing. Her name's Ashley Baker. She's from Pike Lib. Yeah, I'm actually interviewing her in the second season, and she's from there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get like a hands-on, and she'll tell us more like how that works.
Okay.
I've always pictured art school. Like, if you ever watched Victorious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I always picture us like that.
Here's the thing, though. It's not just like art. Because there's a guy,
it's not art.
Avant, I think he
Avant
goes there.
Anderson, he does go there.
Okay, yeah. They go there for like art and stuff. But they got like you can go there for like bachelor's or master's program and get a...
they have film there.
Yeah, a degree in film and television. And I want to go get a master's of fine arts in film and television.
They're out of state
too. That's expensive, so like...
Mm-hmm. Well...
that's why until then I want to, produce and make short films. Maybe try to just, I don't know, get out there into the scene,
Yeah, I do know previously from talking with Miss Baker, she, they have a scholarship where, like, you can get it, it's easy, but you gotta have, like, an 85 or above in each class. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're down for, like, that much study, it's a full paid tuition. Mm-hmm. There's some really good scholarships out there, but I know for certain ones, I know this will be the fun part, is that to get accepted into, like, NYU or, like, USC, or Emerson or any college like that, you actually have to submit a short film.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
and it has to be. I've seen some NYU and Emerson like accepted clips on YouTube, and I can only describe them as $5 movie bin Walmart deleted scenes.
Are they not good?
They're good. It's just like a lot of it's just scenery and a voiceover, and they're trying to tell a story from like God's perspective or something like that. I don't know. That's what it's kind of like.
I get what you mean. No,
Yeah.
there's no flavor in that.
There is no flavor, and they say
you gotta have something.
Is it just like they're it's like
That's
there's
like
no
boring.
passion behind it?
Oh,
They're
no,
they're just submitting it.
No,
to
there's
get accepted?
passion, but it's like it's so many people do stuff like that, and like it's just like boring. I don't know.
Yeah, they said NYU, they're looking for risk takers. They're like a real liberal school. So like they were like, so you could do some really balls to the wall type crap. Like if you want to tell, like, have y'all seen the new Joker movie?
Yeah,
that is such a good movie.
Yeah,
and I think it pushes social constructs because it makes you feel kind of, I don't know, like Thanos. They make you feel for the bad guy, and it kind of puts the blame not so much on that individual, but how society kind of transforms this man into like this maniac. Being rejected, and this is how he deals with it because nobody cares enough.
And I think the message of that movie, I mean, it's not saying that what he's doing is right, but like we aren't helping. I mean, like we have to look, we have to look within ourselves and think, how are we influencing the others around us? Like, and do we even notice? You know, like just stuff like that. And it doesn't justify it by any means.
It doesn't justify it. You're right. And it's just like what the therapist said to Arthur in the beginning of the film. She goes, I'm going to be honest with you, people don't give a crap about people like you. And they don't give a crap about people like me either. They don't even give a crap about the people that are trying to help them give a crap about people.
Yeah.
Nobody's handing down craps. There's no crappers. But anyway,
Okay, yeah.
what was I about to get into? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh.
You want us to talk more on Tick, or?
No, actually, so this is actually this podcast has gone pretty good so far, but normally what would happen is, depending on the interviewee, I'd have another camera system up, and it would be filming the table, and it would have us doing something like, let's just say, like I got one girl coming and we're going to play Jenga, and the topic's going to be tension. So while you're playing Jenga, like, the audience is kind of gripped in. It's kind of like sports casting, you know. Nobody gives a crap about the people talking. They just want to watch the game, and the people talking are just there in the background. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I got the girl from art school. We'd do like an art challenge or something like while we talk. So like it just kind of keeps the audience entertained.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Bryce. What do you want to do with us?
What do I want to do with you? I want to get all the publicity and then get y'all out of my house. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Just get up. No, we're actually, we got like 8 more minutes left, so we've actually been talking for a pretty good bit. Most of these episodes, y'all, are going to be about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the topic or how much I try and play to the guesties' wants. I know definitely I have to share this room with somebody as of right now, but we'll eliminate her soon, and then I'll have this room all to myself. That was just personal. But anyway, I'll edit this part out. Okay. Gotta think.
Well, we never really did talk about the film.
We can tell you about future projects too afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all guys can tell us. So tell us about
Tick. So you don't have like a game or anything? Like you were just telling us about?
A game?
You're
talking about when we do stuff.
You don't have that today?
No, I don't have that day because I don't have the third camera thing.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It's okay. I probably suck at it anyway. Whatever it is.
It's the fuck. This is the pilot episode.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay. Mister. All right. Well,
I should have pieces of tape under here that say censored and like put it over my mouth and like put myself in timeout on the podcast whenever I start to get a little.
Well, then we'd have to talk to ourselves.
That is true. Y'all guys, then we'd play charades. That could be our game. We could do charades.
Okay, yeah, that could have, yeah. Well, let's get to work. I'm just kidding. All
right. Well, okay, so earlier he talked about the version of Tick, our short film that's on YouTube right now. He said go watch it.
You can go watch it if you want to. I don't know if I'd recommend that to you. I would say wait 2 to 3 more months. The film got superior at thespians.
which is like 18.5 out of 20. We were surprised. We didn't think it would be near as good as that.
Honestly, what I'm thinking is like if you really watch it, it is an amateur film. Now, it was a challenge. It was done in one shot. That doesn't count the opening shot. But after the opening shot, the whole film is in one shot. And that was a challenge. That's already a challenge enough as it is. Another flaw that I noticed afterwards is that we are young actors trying to play older people, which doesn't really make sense. Like that's more of like a theater style of acting.
Yeah, it is.
And so basically, when you watch the film, it's more of a concept than an actual film.
Yeah, I understand that completely because, like, what you were just saying, like, you're playing, like, the role of adults, like, something that would look more acceptable or more natural would be, like, if you're, like, playing a high school scene.
Yeah.
Or you're playing, like, a sports scene, or I don't know, or, like, an arcade scene. I don't know, just stuff associated with... Sometimes you have to play into our stereotypes.
Yeah. What our plan is... Well, he talked about us being too young to play the roles, and we always were bothered by that, but we actually did get notes. We got 4 on everything, except mostly... Acting on from both of the judges was a 3 instead of a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not my point right now. But yeah, we had 4 on everything. So there were 2 different judges, and there was like acting, editing, writing. Was writing on there? I don't know.
I think it was story.
Okay, yeah.
Story got a 4.
But so on one of them there were 2 3s. It was editing and acting. I don't remember what they said about why they did the editing that way, but the other one had a 4 for editing, but it had a 3 on acting. So there was a consistent 3 on acting, and their notes were that they respected our passion, but we were too young to portray these older characters that we were trying to play.
Right.
So, and that is something I did not think about once throughout production. And I guess it's just because me and him are so used to being like theater kids that we just did not take the time to think, why are we playing people that are probably in their 30s,
17 years old than us, you know? Or 20, who knows?
Yeah, that's true, but good thing, like you're like you said before, y'all are young, y'all are experimenting, so y'all know what
it really was.
Oh, it's an experience.
It really was experimental. But I'm gonna let Russ, since he was the director, I want him to tell you about like